So here we have a real and fake pair of the Nike Air Jordan 1 High Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Can you tell any difference? Well, hopefully this video helps you break down the differences to purchase a Hello and welcome to a comparison between two pairs of the Nike Air Jordan 1 Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Here we have the two pairs, the retail ones here on my right, fake ones here on my left. And this comparison is to help you if you are trying to authenticate a retail pair. So I'd like to emphasize that this does not support the fake industry at all. It's just to help you if you are trying to purchase a retail pair. So we'll get straight into the comparison. So first thing to note, the fake one came with this cool cover sleeve on the box, as you can see here. And my retail pair didn't come with this. Not sure if that's like a special edition or something like that, but it's quite a cool little thing. But the fake one came with it and the retail one didn't. So we'll take it out and just unbox these. So here are the two boxes and I'll compare them side by side. So if you take a look at the close-up, you can actually see that the color of the boxes and the size of the boxes is actually slightly different. So these are both a UK 9 in sizing, but you can see the retail box is actually slightly lighter, I would say, than the fake box. The fake box is very dark and the Nike logo on top looks a lot richer red compared to the retail one. Also now if we spin the boxes around, take a closer look at the labels, we can see differences here. So as you can see from the sizing, the text is very different from retail to fake, with the fake label being very small compared to the retail one in terms of the text size and font size. Also, if you look at the top left corner of the fake box, you can see it does have a factory stamp from where the factory produced the fake pair, which is a telltale sign straight away. Also on the retail one did come with this extra hanging label. I think maybe the store that this was purchased from had that added onto their pair. But nobody really cares about the boxes for this entire video, so we'll open them up and take a close look at the shoes straight away. So let's open up the fake one first. Here you can see the fake one paper comes over the top, but I can see a factory Chinese label here straight away. And then if we open up the retail one here, you can see the paper covers the shoe and there they are underneath. So we'll take them out and take a closer look at both shoes. So here are both the pairs. Let's get into it and break down the differences between a retail one and a fake one. So the first major difference between the two pairs is obviously the fake one comes with this massive label, but I'm going to take it off because it's making this stupid rattling noise, which is going to annoy me through the entire video. So I'll just cut it off. Like so. That's, look, listen to that. So annoying. So the first key and very obvious difference between the two pairs is the retail one does not come with any spare laces. A little bit disappointing, I must say, but there is no spare laces on the inside of the right one or on the inside of the left one. There's no spare laces on the inside. But if we look at the fake one comes with a lot of spare laces. So they have a yellow one, they have a white one, and they have a red one. And they obviously have the black one already pre-laced, but that is a key difference. The fake one offers a lot of spare laces, but that is incorrect. If your pair has spare laces, they're fake, because they should not come with spare laces. The next difference we're going to point out is the actual toe box material and color on both pairs. So if I show you from the close up here from above, you can see there's a clear color difference between the retail and fake. The fake one looks like it's slightly bluey green tint to it compared to the retail one. You can see the color difference is very obvious and very clear to see in studio lighting. Hopefully this is coming across on the camera, because in person, I'm telling you, like, look at the color difference between the two pairs. It's really obvious. So the next difference I'm going to point out is this material here on the lace holes. So if I give you a close-up of both pairs, we can see a clear difference between both materials. So on the retail one, it almost looks like a paper mache kind of like material compared to the fake one, where you can see they've just kind of printed this color onto an actual leather like material. So it is very different between the retail and fake, and it's so obvious, especially with the different materials that are used all over the shoe. Clear and obvious to tell. So just like on the lace holes I just showed you there, this material is the same. It feels almost like a paper covering on top. It's very weird material, but very cool as well. And if I show you the fake one, the material is different. This is a leather material. It is not the same material, has a different feel to it, and it's very obvious to see the difference between the two. Then spinning the shoe around to the outside, and we take a look at the Air Jordan Wings logo on both pairs, and I'll give you a close-up of this. You can see there's a clear color and quality difference between the two. On the retail one, you can see the Air Jordan logo is a darker red and more rich red compared to the fake one. And also in terms of sizing, the fake one is much smaller than it is on the retail one, and the overall print quality is just not the same. It's much better on the retail one here compared to the fake one. Spinning the shoes around to the back, and just a classic flaw that most Jordan 1s get wrong, is the shape of the shoe. So if you look at the back of the shoe and you see the shape, there is a clear shape difference between the two. It's very obvious between the two pairs. And while I'm holding the two pairs up, what else is obvious? The color difference between the two. Look at the back heel colors between the two pairs. It's very obviously different, with the retail one here being a much richer dark red on the heel cup compared to the fake one, where you can see it's got more purpley colors and the red is just a little bit lighter. So they're not the same. It's very obviously different between the two pairs. Spinning the shoes around to the front again, and we take a look at the Nike Air tag on the tongue, we can see clear differences once again. And if you look at the Nike text at the top, you can see the gap between the top of the Nike text and the top of the label is much larger on the fake one compared to the retail one. It's a clear obvious difference between the two, and it makes the label look much larger on the fake pair compared to the retail one. One tip I would give you for legit checking is take a look at the tongue of both of these pairs, and if we spin them around to the back and we look at the underside of the tongue, we can see clear differences. So on the retail one, you can see on the underside of the tongue there's no markings or no cuts in it whatsoever. However, on the fake one, you can see there's a cut where the laces go through the entire tongue. On the retail one, it might be quite hard to explain, but I'll show you here. It has the cuts here, so you can kind of slide the laces through the tongue there, but it does not go all the way through the tongue. So it has a layer that you can put the lace through, compared to the fake one here, where you can go all the way through the tongue on both sides. So it's an obvious difference between the two, and a telltale sign if you are trying to legit check your pair. As I watch back this video as well, you can see a clear difference underneath with the two stitching lines on the fake one compared to the retail one. And if you spin these tongues around the other way, you can actually see the spacing of the stitching is very different from retail to fake, with the stitching being much closer on the retail one here compared to the fake one, where you can see the stitching is just not the same. Too wide of a gap. Spinning both shoes upside down, actually one of my favorite parts of this shoe is the bright sole underneath. I think that looks so cool. However, I would say there are slightly different colors between the two pairs. If I can show you up here, you can see the fake one, this one here, is actually a slightly darker red. It's not as bright as it is on the retail one. The retail one is extremely bright. It just looks so bright. But the fake one is actually still quite bright, but it's just not the same as the retail one, which hopefully shows up clearly on the camera. If we look at the inside of both of the shoes and take a look at the swoosh placement here on the inside, we can see it is different from retail to fake. The retail one here, you can see the swoosh is quite close to the top lace hole here, whereas on the fake one, you can see there's a much larger gap between that and the top lace hole. So a clear difference between the two, which is quite easy to spot straight away if they're dead stock or used. Looking at the outside of the shoe and the swoosh placement once again, the same thing happens. Look at the swoosh point here, really close to the top lace hole compared to the fake one. If we look at it here, look at that gap. That gap is absolutely massive between the lace holes, which is really obvious, and straight away I can tell that straight away that this one is fake, this one's retail. So let's take a look inside the shoe. So we'll open them up. So like I said, spare laces should not be on the shoe either way, but they do come with cardboard shoe trees on the inside. So we'll take these out and we'll compare these side by side. So in terms of cardboard shoe trees, they're actually done quite a good job of this. They are relatively similar, but if we spin them upside down and take a look at the inside, we will see that on the retail one, it says die cut sock liner. On the fake one, it does say it, but it's very hard to see compared to the retail one. So for this pair in particular, the same differences occur on the right shoe that they do on the left shoe. So I'm not gonna go into detail on the left shoe as well, because that would just make this video about 20 minutes long and it'd be absolutely pointless because I'd just be repeating myself. So that's the end of this comparison, and I hope it has helped you if you are trying to purchase a retail pair. I actually prefer these in person to when I saw them online. Didn't go for them at first, but picked them up and decided to do this comparison. But in person, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought it looked a little bit like a kid's shoe, but it's growing on me. I actually don't mind these. But if you spot any more differences, comment them down below so you can help other people if they are authenticating. And please like and subscribe. It helps me grow this channel, helps me do more videos just like this. Thanks for watching though. Hope you have an amazing day.